Hi, and today I want to share with you some of my part of one of the videos the, of my courses in Udemy. There I have a really long course about framing motion, and one of the topic is how to make parallax effect on scrolling with React. Usually people use React Locomotive or mm, intersection observer for do this kind of effect, but we're gonna use framer motion, and it's really intuitive and really easy, and you can create a really amazing effect. So okay, for a start, we need an empty project. The only thing that you need to install is framer motion. Don't put the last version, put the it's better you use the third version, um, and React. If you want, you can work with the styled component, but you will not need for this project. Only React and Framer Motion. Okay. Then create a home GS a component, home GS, and that home exported here in your app. Okay, remember to delete all the shit that come from the boilerplate of React. I will not do it here because I suppose that you already know it. Okay, but the important thing should look like this: the app index only. I'm rendering the app. All this is deleted. Okay, I have the home, and the home we start with our message. Hi guys. So this should be the initial point. Okay, I will try to be fast and explain everything. Now I want you create. Don't check about this the component, image, pages, styles. Don't check. We're gonna work just with the also these styles. Don't check it. We only need an app and a home. Okay, and the index. Now I will create the styles. Uh, Sorry, home.css. Home and person. Have the styles imported here in home. Light gray. Here a mistake. 100 PWU port for Hubble. Now, yes. Padding 0, margin 0. It should work. What happened? Ah, no. This should be in the body. Sorry. I'm sorry. Perfect. Well, what we need? We need in home. There we need to put our images, and we're gonna put it in and section div. Then you can put any image you want. The image, you just go to Google, put photos of the beach, right click, copy link, copy image link and we put it here. Here we have our first image, okay? But section, what I want from section, we're gonna put some styles, okay? I want display flex and align items center and justify content center. Okay, perfect. We will need now we copied the same image. And we have the three image. We want one more, but we will not pass it like that. Now I want to display the section. I want the width 100%. Okay, 100%. Ahí está. It's in the center. We're gonna add. How we gonna? I will close everything. Sorry. We're gonna work with home. And we're gonna create a component. I will call it box. And box gonna receive some props. And what is gonna return box? Box is gonna return an image. It's not working. Shit. Sorry, I forgot. This is an arrow function. I should put the arrow there. Return. I will return div. And the div is gonna have one image. And the image is gonna be that one. Okay. So I delete this. And I will pass that box. No. If I want another box, and of course you need to. This is one component. You should put it here in the carpet of component, but anyway. And we have the same and cleaner, no? Well, what we want to do here? We want on a scroll the speed of the scrolling change for each one. So that is one thing we need, the speed. And from each box is gonna be different the speed. And before I start to make all this animation, we're gonna need to export how is call it, motion. We need to go to import motion. We will need what we will need. We will need we need to use the hook viewport scroll At the beginning, maybe for you was easy, but for me it was quite difficult to understand these hooks. I will try to explain the the better possible. Okay, this I will explore from frame and motion. These are the hooks we need import from frame and motion. Uh, well, first, um, better here. Don't put 100. Put why is working so crazy my mouse? Put 200. So my mouse is crazy, but now we can scroll. Okay. Okay, we go to home. Props. What I want to send to box. I want to send a different speed. So speed is gonna be equal, for example here it's gonna be equal to, and here speed gonna equal 0, and here speed gonna equal negative. And here I will not put props. Uh, here before it was like this, const, and you bring speed, oh Dios, speed from props. Wow, I'm writing okay, but now directly you can bring speed and use it directly, okay, but not now, a few years ago, but okay. We start, we have the what we need first. We need to have the scrolling, because we need to know the scroll position to make this effect. Okay, so we go, we as we save the value, the motion value of let's call it scroll y progress. This motion value is coming from the use viewport scroll, and this is a value from 0 to 1. That means from 0 to 100% of the possibilities of scrolling. Okay, so here the scroll it from the top of the window to your website is 0, and when you scroll and scroll, now the position from the top of the window to the end of your website is 100%. So if you want, for example, to change the values on the scrolling, you need to decide when. For example, here is 20%, 30% of the scrolling, 40 or 100%, and you can change dynamically the value, the motion values of your component. You're gonna see it now. So this is a value from 0 to 1. Okay, and for example, if I want to change the speed, I need to, for example, value. I create a value and I use transform. Use transform gonna help me to do this. How is called it in CSS? Is keyframes. It's like you create a function that gonna change the CSS during the between intervals. So here you have a value. The initial value is the scroll progress, that in this case is could be 0. Sorry, is that value Screen progress. Ahí está. Eh, ah, well, exactly. Here, look the error here. Here says indefined is a 0, okay? This is the value 0. And it's okay because the call progress is 0 in that time, okay? But we're gonna return something. We want the value is gonna be between 0 and 1. Between 0 and 1, and it's important that always you need to return something because this is the input and this is the output. Sorry, I need some water. So what we want to change? The speed. So when the scroll is 0, the speed is gonna be 0, and when the scroll is 1, the speed is gonna be, for example, 100 speed. Okay, and now we have all the values. Nothing changed here because I didn't pass it the values. Okay, but this is important. If you put for example, if I put from 0 to 0.5 and 1, it's not gonna work because again we have 3 values and here we have 2 values. I will put, for example, 50 speed. I will put just 50. Okay. Well, now it's time to use these values. This is motion values. Okay. For use it, we need to make motion containers to our div. We only put motion there. And what more we need? We need to say like, okay, an initial is when the component is, you cannot see the component, is near to before it's call it, how it's call it, component did mount, component unmounted, or whatever. The thing is, this is when you cannot see the component. It's before it's mounted, and before it's mounted I will just put nothing, like this opacity 0, that you cannot see it. Okay. And when animate, when you see it in your computer, I will say opacity 1. Did you see how this fading effect? I can put transition too, with the duration 1 second, and it's smooth, no? But we don't care about this easy effect. Here we came from make parallax, no? So we already passed here the components, the properties, and we need, I will create a class name, and now what we say, okay, I have my div and I want to change the style of div dynamically, and I say the value of my y is gonna be y value. Now so now we start to scroll, and the value start to change after the 50% of the scrolling. After 50% of the scrolling, the values change and the speed change. More clear, I will do it. from 0 to 1. Directly from 0 to 1 start to change the values. And you can play with this parallax. You can add another section and pass different values. 0. But this one, for example, if I change the speed, and then you can play and make something beautiful, okay? But that is how you make a parallax effects in Framer Motion. I hope you like it. If you have some comment and if you want to create some, if you see one website that you like it a lot and some effect you cannot do or you're wondering how, just let me in the comment and I will try to do it, okay? Thank you. Gracias. Pasiva.